Hello, welcome back to part 3. We've cleared the day state off the cabinet, and we've now got the new FAS 611, actually made by Chiappa, and let's get it open. Made in Italy.
Made in Italy, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, we've got a very basic box. We've got an instruction manual in with it. And we've also got something that you don't see very often anymore, which is a DIN charging adapter. We'll get to that in a second. You'll see why in a second. So I'll just move this off here, and here we go. Now we've been stocking Chiappa stuff for a little while. As in the FAS Ar611, which is the little single stroke match pistol, which was really well received, to be honest with you. And when the production changed, so they were made by Chiappa, we were a little bit concerned, obviously, with the new company coming in, and we didn't know what the quality would be like. But to be honest with you, they've been absolutely fantastic. So I'm hoping that this rifle is going to be the same. Okay, so that's it. This is the FAS 611. What you've got here is it is obviously a pre-charged rifle, pre-charged pneumatic, single shot, but something interesting I'll tell you about in a minute. That's single shot. Obviously running it off a cylinder, walnut stock, adjustable recoil pad. This weighs about 6.8 pounds, which I think was 3.1 kilograms. A couple of interesting things. It is a fully floating barrel. Okay, that there is not obviously just a side support, but that is a floating barrel. You've got a really nice long sight line, and unusually, you've got open sights on it, which
I was going to say, yeah, and a notch and post sights, which is very unusual. That's a funky looking front notch, isn't it?
It certainly is, and actually, we've done a little bit of preliminary testing. On the show, we'll get round to doing outdoor shooting. We've got a range being built at the moment, so that's all coming. But we've actually been testing this. Accuracy-wise, I mean, we've only done 20 yards with it, to be honest with you. So, but accuracy-wise, it seems excellent. Yeah. Obviously, we've got to try it at longer range yet, so obviously the verdict's out on that one. But really interesting. This as well. The nice thing about this is it is actually regulated. It's available in a couple of different versions. There's a 7.5 dual one, which is 6 foot-pounds. There's a 16 dual one, which is 12 foot-pounds, and there's a 40 dual one, which is about 25 foot-pounds, something like that. 177 and 22. Yeah. I would imagine that 99% of these are going to be sold as 177. Obviously, you've got a normal 11mm rail, so you can remove these.
So there's also a rail on the front.
There is a rail on the front.
So you can fit yourself a diopter if you wanted to.
If you wanted to, yeah.
That's obviously an economy mode there, isn't it? That's the post at the front. It's just you can take that off. You can see the mounting fitments for the post to be moved.
Yes.
And also you've got the 11, 12, 3/8 rail on the front, which you can put the front diopter tunnel on. Yep. So you've got some flexibility there.
Yeah, I mean this could be a really interesting HFT rifle. It could be a bell target shooter.
Where's the barrel? Any detail? Is it a Walther? Or
that's the only thing I haven't. I'm still waiting for information about the barrel. I've got a feeling it's a Walther, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're not sure about the barrel at the moment.
Yeah.
And do want to get some more information. We haven't put a full charge through this at 12 foot-pounds to see how many shots you're getting, but I know at 6 foot-pounds you're getting 180 shots. I'm going to say that you probably get around about 50 or 60, I think. Maybe 50 in 177 in 12 foot-pound. But again, we'll give you...
Depends on the regulator, but if it is regulated and it's 12 foot-pounds, you'd expect 100 shots, wouldn't you? 95, 100 shots out of a cylinder that size, probably. And about 50 shots if it's unregulated. So
it is, we check with the importers, and it is supposed to have a regulator in it. Yeah. So that will be interesting to do to do a full chronograph.
So 200 bar, it says, and that's pretty low pressure for regulated gun.
It's a fairly low pressure, and that actually leads me to one negative thing I'm not over keen on. In fact, that like every pre-charged rifle that comes out nowadays has got the quick fills on the front. This harks back 5-10 years to where we had to take the cylinders off.
Well, that's the match shooting disciplines from Germany, where most of the match shooting takes place, I presume, these days, and they want removal cylinders because they can just swap them over and change them very quickly in the competition.
And I guess in one way, if we get restrictions on the age of cylinders and stuff like that, this is obviously a great way of actually being able to take an old cylinder off that's basically out of test in future and might actually be replaced by a modern.
You've got more gubbins in a removal cylinder. You've got the pressure gauge built in.
So you think there's actually a cost
the opposite
issue?
Cost issue. Most modern air guns are built with a removable cylinder that you can dispose of, and I think 10 years is generally what most people say is they will rotate the cylinder out at 10 years.
Yeah, okay.
If you can get to it. If it's an integral part of the gun, then you can't.
Well, so basically what you get with the rifle is you get a little DIN adapter, as you can see there, with the bleed valve on the side. So you pop that straight into your DIN thread on your bottle, and then you will have to actually remove the cylinder. Okay.
Is there a vent, or just hiss at some point?
I haven't seen a vent so far, to be honest with you. This one will probably just give a little bit of a hiss as it's removed. So then you'll take the cylinder out. That's obviously attached to your bottle. That screws in, and then you'll refill it to 200 bar, and that's steel.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I'm not over keen on, to be honest, because it means you've got to remove your cylinder to charge it. It's not a massive deal, to be honest with you, but I think we've just got a little bit used
target
to
rifle,
having.
It's always a bit worried that when you come back to shoot your second chamber,
there's virtually no air in it.
Yeah,
so
it's got to cock it.
Yeah, I'll just cock it. Stop that. Another thing I wasn't over keen on, to be honest with you, out of the box is. The triggers are not set. You were talking about the
Red Wolf trigger.
The Red Wolf trigger wasn't really set.
Yeah.
This actually was set so badly that I thought it was a single stage, and I don't understand why manufacturers don't actually spend another couple of minutes just setting it up. So when these guns come out of the box, I mean, you're spending, this is $699, I think it was, £699. It's still a lot of money. Let's let manufacturers, let's set these trigger units up a little bit better, and I don't see why we have to get things out of the box and start having to fiddle with them. At least get a reasonable basic setting for most people. So that's a little bit of a gripe, but the nice thing is that gripe can easily be sorted out because you can just adjust the trigger, and evidently the trigger can be made really good. Although saying that, I haven't adjusted mine yet, so I'm not 100% sure. But apart from that, really, and the cylinder, I think it's a really interesting adjustable recoil pad. Yeah, and actually another thing that it's actually quite difficult to see, but there's two little grub screws there on the side, and the cheek piece will lift up. Another little Easter egg I found out as well is we noticed that this gap here.
Yes. That
sort of reminds me of an Air Arms S200 block.
Yeah.
So we looked at that and thought, hang on a minute, I wonder if they fit. And evidently they need a little bit of tweaking.
Yeah.
There is a magazine system for the Air Arms S200 that Air Arms make that evidently, with a little bit of a fiddle, will fit in here. Now again, we've not had these rifles long enough to be able to do that, but we are going to tweak it. And double check, so you might end up.
It kind of looks like it's designed for a magazine anyway, because you've got a single shot tray there which screws in, which looks like it can be removed.
Well, funnily enough, actually, I was watching the Chiappa Firearms video this morning, and on the video he says, oh, there'll be a magazine. There's a magazine system available for it. So I was thinking, oh right, they're going to produce one. But then he went on to say that it's actually. A standard magazine system for other rifles that you can purchase. So I'm guessing that's what he means. He's seen the S200 magazine system and realised it'll fit in. Right. So, which is great. I mean, I don't know how many people will want a magazine-fed FAS 611. To be honest with you, it could be used for hunting. It's really more of a...
What other versions are there? I mean, this is a 6.7 target.
There is only 3 different powers and 2 different calibers.
So no stock options?
Not that I've seen, no.
Right.
The original stock option that they had on it, on the prototype, was beech. They've gone to this... Well, they call it selected walnut, but
I call it field grade walnut.
I wouldn't say that's selected very much, to be honest with you. I would say that's fairly fair. I'm not saying it's horrible. It's just not got a lot of grain in it. It's that sort of basic bog standard walnut. And some people, I don't know whether you can see that very well, but there's like sort of I don't know what
racing stripes,
tribal tattoos.
Yeah.
And I'm not being derogatory because some people will absolutely love that, you know, but there is some unusual swirls here that might add a little bit of grit, but to be honest with you, very, very little. I think they've just done that just to make it look a little bit different, which is fine, to be honest with you. Overall, I'm quite impressed with it. In fact, actually, one of the guys from the shops just bought one, so the nice thing is we'll be able to have some long-term feedback on it if he keeps it for more than a week. Right. We'll see, but he's bought one, and so far he's actually really impressed with the accuracy. But again, like I say, he's not shot it at long distances yet. So we'll hopefully give you a little bit more feedback. There, Armex, the distributor, are bringing these into the country. They're evidently in all the shops now that wanted them. Go along to your local dealer. And have a look at one, because, you know, although it's not something that we know an awful lot about, I actually think they've done a really good job with this. And going off the pistols that they've already been selling in this country, I think we've actually got ourselves a new and interesting rifle that probably will compete with the best of them, to be totally honest with you, and at a reasonable price as well. So I think overall, with a couple of little caveats, I think it's a big thumbs up, really, from me, to be honest with you.
What price range is that in?
$699.
Yeah, so that competes with what? Aeron's 200?
The 200's less. So basically, you're really comparing it more. It's a little bit more expensive than an S400, but it's a lot less than a 410.
Right. Okay.
So, you know, they've got the price about right, and bearing in mind that if this regulator is as good as Chiappa say, you know, you've got yourself a regulated rifle where the air arms competition isn't regulated. Yeah. Whether, you know, not everybody wants a regulator. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You know, regulators to some people are more negative than positive. You know, reliability issues on certain regulators, etc., etc. But, you know, if this regulator is a good regulator, it works right, then I think you've got a really nice rifle. It's all right. What do you think?
I think it's very good. It's a cantilever cocking, I noticed, which gives it a very nice, easy cocking action.
Yeah, the cocking lever is
good. That's kind of S200-ish.
It is a bit, isn't it? Yeah.
As you say, the trigger is a bit. You wouldn't expect a trigger like that on a match rifle, but let's hope it adjusts. It's basically set single stage, isn't it?
It is. Out of the box, it's set single stage, and I, in fact, actually, my staff sort of said, "Oh, I bought one of these," and unfortunately, everything's great about it, but it's single stage, but it is. Two-stage.
You have to be careful loading that at an angle, because you can get pellet drops straight back into that breech block.
Yeah. It'd have to be loaded.
You have to be loaded parallel, otherwise you're going to have it jam. Put into the tray and close it down from there. But a little handle on that, isn't it?
It'd be interesting to see if the S200 magazine fits on it.
Yes.
That'd be a nice little extra, nice little bonus. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, that's the Chiappa FAS 611, catchy title, but there you go. Available in the shops right now. Yeah. Okay, I'll put that one away. And that's almost it for this week, isn't it?
Yes. We've just got to appeal to people to share our channel, and let's get some more viewers.
That'd be nice, yeah. You know, if you're enjoying it, I know it's a little bit different than your average airgun review channel. We wanted to do something a little bit different. If you're enjoying it, please, we'd love you to share it. We need, we'd like more viewers. We'd like people to see what's going on. Also, as well, you know, like I mentioned before, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down.
Tell us what you want. Tell us what you want to know, what you want to see. Give us some featured products you'd like us to feature, so we can get on with that.
And what also as well, you probably noticed a few times I've sort of said, well, next week we're doing this and that and the other, and sometimes it doesn't quite work out, you know, depending. And for that reason, what we've done is we've started a Facebook page up as well, which is just Hot Air Guns. And what we'll post on the page. In fact, actually, it'd be great to get some feedback on the page as well. But what we'll do every week or whenever we're doing the videos, we'll let you know what we're doing. And obviously, then if you've got any questions about that particular product that we're reviewing, or questions in general, you know, you can pop it onto the Facebook page and let us know what you think or what you want us to do. And actually, the last thing is, I think last week I did mention I was going to do a HW45
with
you. Well, I've not done it. Haha. No, I haven't done it because we were a little bit worried about running out of time as usual. So we are going to do that, and also as well, we are looking at getting one of the new BSA semi-bull pups on the show, the Defiant, and that's hopefully coming soon. And also as well, I was speaking to Highland Outdoors yesterday, and they've got some really nice new CO2 pistols, a nice new SIG that looks really cool. Well, they've said that they're going to come on the show as well and show us the way. So that'll be something interesting. We haven't really done much in the way of pistols yet, but we are. Well, I'm a keen pistol shooter. I'd like to do more pistols, so that's what we're going to do. Right, I think
that's us done.
That's us done for this week. So yeah, thank you for watching again. We really hope you've enjoyed it, and like I say, it's going to be more regular soon. So from me and Tony, thank you, and see you soon.
That's it.
Bye.
Oh,